Altın bele yaptırıvanday, gümüş belen koptırıvanday. Altın bele yaptırıvan, gümüş belen koptırıvan. Ey, balkın tavının birin döneki.
Эпос составляет значительную часть духовной культуры башкирской.
Bashkir epic poetry forms a significant part of the national spiritual culture. Only in the 20th century were large epic poems with original plot structures once spread among the Bashkirs finally recorded. Among them are Ural Batyr, Akbuthat, Uthak and Tuthak, descendants of the Balabashnaks, legends about animals, Karayurga, Akhak Kola, Kungir Buga, and the historical epic Babsak and Kusak. At the same time, a large part of the Sasan's repertoire was formed by plots common to the folklore of other Turkic peoples. But it is Ural Batyr, a heroic Kubayir based on mythology that, like a high mountain peak, dwarfs these others by all its philosophical and humanistic power. It represents a wide spectrum of ancient views and ideas that have their roots in the depths of the primitive communal system. The epic about Ural Batyr has preserved distinct echoes of archaic twin myths based on the ancient people's dualistic beliefs. Although the two epic characters, Shulgan and Ural, are not in point of fact twin brothers, their actions are in some way parallel to those performed by twins in myths and epic tales of other peoples of the world. There are several types of epics associated with twins in folklore. Brothers as antagonists or allies in more recent times, a brother and sister joined in an incestuous marriage, twins as androgynes, and twins whose birth is supposed to be of an animal parent, or twins related in kinship with animals. Twins are often shown as ancestors or cultural heroes. The motifs of Bashkir folklore are connected with myths and legends of the first type. It is Shulgan who is imparted with antagonism. He embodies evil from the very beginning up to the end of the poem, in contrast to Ural, a bearer of good. Shulgan's negative nature stands out even in his childhood, when the boy violates his parents' taboo and drinks wild game blood kept in mussels. This gives rise to the main conflict of the poem. By tasting the wild blood, Shulgan in some way joins the world of beasts and becomes their adopted brother. It is not improbable that this action reflects myths based on the motif of twins' kinship with animals. Shulgan's transformation into a bear after his transgression is apparently not an arbitrary motif in a fairy tale version of the epic poem. There are three types of Kubayir: epic stories glorifying warriors, lyric, and didactic, created by merging proverbs similar in content and stylistic structure. People call them Aitish. What is the essence of these Kubayirs, and what place do they take in the context of world culture? The most important Kubayir of this series is the epos Ural Batyr, which will now be discussed. We are going to the Institute of History, Language and Literature, where Bashkir folklore has been studied for many years already. Nadurshina Fanuza Aitbayevna, she works in the Institute of History, Language and Literature. She is a doctor of philology and an author of more than 200 scientific works, including over 40 books. She is one of the greatest folklore specialists in Bashkortostan. Works by Nadrishina are devoted to the issues of historical folklore, the poetics of genres, and textology. Her folklore works in Bashkir, Russian and English strongly contribute to the popularization of oral poetic popular art of the Bashkir people abroad.
Одна из важных проблем в эпосе – это тема жизни и смерти. Это извечная такая тема, которая представлена вообще-то в фольклоре, в мировом фольклоре, тема жизни.
One of the main issues in Epos is the life and death theme. This is an eternal theme present in world folklore. The theme of life and death is a philosophical theme in Ural Batyr. It has a unique reflection. While in the epos Gilgamesh, an epic hero fights with death for his own well-being, Ural Batyr accomplishes feats for the sake of other people's well-being. This is worth mentioning when we speak about Ural Batyr. What similarities does Ural-Batyr have with other epic stories?
Сцена совета. Это, можно сказать, совет, можно сказать, сход.
A scene of a council can be called a council or gathering, but a common term is board. It is necessary to destroy death. Not people, but birds are gathered for the council. During the meeting, the crown is the first to take the floor. The crown says, "Of course I'm against death, but I'm not going to kill it." And then he starts explaining why he's not going to kill it. I won't go because the main problem on Earth is the danger of overpopulation. We can say the same thing in the epos of Central Asia. In this case, the theme focuses on how to withstand cattle lifting. These interfamily collisions are a recent phenomenon. According to the data that I have collected, Bashkir epos is relatively ancient. Because of this, animals speak and act in the epos. Why have these works survived from ancient times?
Дело в том, что
Our epos or epic stories are associated with taponymy, the earth and the land where the Bashkirs have been living since the beginning of time. And thanks to that, expeditions of the Institute of History, Language and Literature in the Berzyansk region were able to record the epic stories Babsak and Kusyak. It was in 1989 when we recorded toponymic legends associated with this epos, both in writing and orally.
Тауны тауға қушаған темір белән қыршаған. Балқан тауын бұл түгел, балқан тауын бұл түгел. Деп хамақлаған. Алпан тұлпан отлайдыр, балқан тауының айауы.
Based on the results of this expedition, Nadir Shana has organized a TV documentary, the footage of which you will now see. In this film, she recorded a live performance of excerpts taken from the epos Zayatulak and Khukhalyu. This epos is included in the Ural-Batyr series of Kubayrs. Two melodic ways of performing the poetic parts of a story are recorded. The first type, performed by Gaisha Akimbetova, is specific to epos, while the other, performed by Munafira Akhmerova, to fairy tales. This is quite natural as the genres are interrelated and interact. Science highlights the issues of interrelation between heroic fairy tales and epos. The Kubayrs Zayatulak and Khukhalyu is original because events take place not only in our land, but also in the fantastic underwater world, just like in the ancient epics Ural-Batyr and Akbuzat. Fascinated by the beauty of the underwater princess, Zayatulak goes to the bottom of the lake, marries Khukhalyu, but being unable to live anywhere but in his motherland, returns to land with his wife and her dowry, consisting of herds of horses and cows. The legend Zayatulak and Khukhalyu is very informative despite its relatively small size. It addresses artistic reflections of mythological beliefs and of events common for different ages. Against the background of the relatively recent domestic events described in the legend, there are sometimes found traces of ancient rituals associated with boys and girls becoming men and women by testing their strength, agility, etc. However, modern interpreters do not know their sacred meaning. A retrospective look is needed to understand why Zayatulak denies his parents. The reasons behind his decision must be considered from the hero's point of view. He was in conflict with his community, and in terms of social relations of that time period, when the family and the concept of father and mother had just begun to take shape, the ancestral home did not stir up feelings that developed later. Furthermore, one more interesting variant should be noted that takes place in the scene of the meeting between Zayatulak and his mother when he returns to land. According to this version, many people who had known Zayatulak before were happy to meet him, and among them was a very old woman. However, Zayatulak and many others do not recognize her. Then suddenly milk started to flow from the woman's breast and splattered on Zayatulak's face. After that, the son recognized his mother. The storyteller interprets this fact as a sign from God, which is a later addition to the legend. The end of the tale is presented in the style of Oriental romantic tales. When Zayatulak rushes to Mount Balkan, his beloved is already dead. It was the 41st day. Zayatulak then digs a grave for Khukhalyu with his spear, kills himself, and falls lifeless next to his bel amour. As we study this epic legend, we must not forget that this tale has a mythological basis, despite the abundance of details of domestic character. In addition, the story is closely associated with the epic Akbuzat, which in turn is a logical continuation of Ural-Batyr. Mythical events that occur in these epic tales often take place in a particular area, namely the southern Urals. In this regard, each of these stories contains a form of the ethnogenic motif, as well as a glorification of the native land. The well-known folklorist Muhammad Shah Burangulov first recorded Ural Batir in 1910 from two narrators, Sessens and Kurai players, Gabit Argenbayev and Hamid Al-Muhammetov. Sessens are Bashkir poet improvisers. They do not only create, but also pass on the tradition of oral narration to future generations.
Қуан илаған илдерде ғұмырдар өттілер ил ерланы, батыр туған деп Уралдан тәмлі иділ худары.
Thus they eulogize the river, no more weeping, no more grieving, in the dales of white Akithel, where they came to settle at freedom, to live happily forever on the banks of the Akithel. But they found themselves too crowded, having multiplied immensely. So again the Bators gathered and determined that new waters for the nation be discovered. Consequently, Ithel's brothers, Yayik Nogosh and young Hakmar, one by one drew out their battle swords, for to cut the mounts asunder. And 3 streams came running, bubbling, and the elders, the 4 Bators, at these streams their folk divided, at each stream a tribe to settle. Thus the names of the 4 Bators, having passed on to their streams' names, shall not sink into oblivion, and the coming generations will forever keep their memory. A kind of continuation of the Ural Batir is another epic Kubayir, Akbuzat. The main heroes here are Khauban, the great-grandson of Ural, and his horse, Akbuzat. Possessing the horse Akbuzat and the legendary sword of Ural Batir, Khauban becomes the owner of an irresistible force and joins the fight against Shulgan and the tyranny of the earthly king Masim. The epic Akbuzat is part of a cycle of heroic tales of Ural Batir. Khauban, the hero of this epic, is the great-grandson of Ural and continues the noble deeds of his ancestors. With Akbuzat and the magic sword that once belonged to Ural Batir, Khauban destroys the underwater kingdom Shulgan, frees people from slavery, marries the daughter of the Padishah, and returns to land. The epic has a strong mythological basis with significant additions of later generations. Ancient mythological beliefs are primarily symbolized by Akbuzat. Akbuzat represents both different and closely related views that are based on the honoring of the horse as a sacred animal. The Shulgan Tash cave is located on the right bank of the Belair River, below the village of Novo Akbulatova in the Berezansky district. The cave is about 1 million years old. Ancient wall paintings, mammoths, rhinoceroses, and wild horses, made with red ochre dissolved in animal fat, were discovered in the cave. In Bashkir mythology, many different subjects are associated with the cave, Shulgan Tash. Kotov Vyacheslav Georgievich, archaeologist at the Institute of History, Language and Literature with a PhD in history. Kotov's research topic is Stone Age Archaeology and Mythology. He is the author of the monographs of the mythology of the Southern Urals and Bashkir epic Ural Batir. These monographs are dedicated to the historical and mythological foundations of Bashkir Kubayirs of the cycle Ural Batir. He is the author of more than 150 scientific works.
Приступая к исследованиям, в общем-то, мы, конечно, искали прежде всего.
When first starting the research, we were looking for traces of a politic human. However, when we began to analyze the images, we found out that these images made up a composition. Compositions are a fundamental principle of this sanctuary because new signs, images apparently related to some ritual activities, were subsequently made next to them. These compositions have shown that they contain very interesting texts of a mythological nature. The images are multi-figured, and it turned out that the horse is the center of these compositions. The horse is a universal mythological symbol. We were surprised to find that one of the images is of a winged horse. The horse regenerates the hero, and this scene of rebirth is of the half-man, half-animal hero is depicted over a huge funnel on the ancient ceilings of the Chaos Hall. On the top floor, we also found very interesting compositions that illustrate specific scenes. A confrontation between a man and a mammoth, which is a confrontation the horse favors. Then the horse leads the animals, including a large and small mammoth and rhinoceros. In the third group, the animal is outside the boundary of this world. Then one animal comes back. Immediately, it reminded us of the epic story Akbuzat, where the hero emerges from the lake on a winged horse, and all of the animals follow him out of it. The hero then violates the prohibition to look back, and some of the animals return to the lake as a result. We see here a direct similarity and connection of these images to the mythological context of these ancient mythological epics. The epic Ural Batir is actually an ancient myth, an archaic myth associated with the rite of initiation. The hero makes a long journey to the underworld and fights the underground dwellers in order to obtain a source of immortality. He succeeds, but only when he's under the patronage of the winged horse, the gift of the sun goddess Humai. After that, we draw our attention to some details. For example, Ural Batir includes the sacrifice of women to the well springs. The same is present in Akbuzat, in which the hero finds out the most beautiful girls are being thrown into Lake Shulgan. They are the most beautiful, just like the brides of the rule of the underwater in the underworld kingdoms. Later, during excavation, our expedition and the expedition of the Moscow State University discovered the remains of a number of young people. After the anthropological reconstruction and the anthropologist's expertise were taken into account, it was determined that these were the remains of young women aged 16 to 18. There were signs that all of them were killed violently. These graves were part of a ritual, and as the expedition learned, such sacrifices occurred 2,500 years ago. This was a regional sanctuary, which has in fact existed for 19,000 years. Since the plots of most ancient Bakir epics are connected with Lake Shulgan, the lake and the cave were notable mythological centers of epics and even literature.
Yuri Likhnitsky, senior fellow of the Russian Geological Institute of the city of St. Petersburg, says,
as a result of all of this work, it appears that A, this monument is significant enough to be an independent center, and B, it is the second center of ancient culture in the world. It is very original. It is a copy of Western Europe. Before that, archaeologists thought it was a kind of waste with crowns and settlers. Now the question is different, and we still do not know who was there first. There was quite a different line as far as style and conceptual images are concerned. The Shulgan Tash cave drawings will come out soon. Today, many residents of Bashkortostan have forgotten not only their history and epic heroes, but they are also losing their language. Despite the measures taken by the management for the conservation of cultural property, including Bashkir folklore and literature, the art of storytelling has almost disappeared. There is no mechanism to save it, and there is no single educational institution that would teach young people the skill of Sasens. This art is still alive today only because of a small number of enthusiasts. Unfortunately, not all Kubayers have survived to present day in live performance, but some of them, such as Maktam Khulu, were published in the 2010 book, The Spiritual World of the People, written by the folklorist Nadirshina. This story describes the attack of the soldiers of Taimas Khan and the capture of Maktim Khilu. The image of the heroine is traditional. The effulgence underlines the divine nature of the main Kubayira of Irtyak. The miraculous light pouring from Maktim Khilu helps her escape and return home. Having been acquainted with old audio recordings at the Institute, our film crew went to record live performances of ancient Bashkir Kubayirs from the Ural Batir series. The city of Strelitamak, Raisa Ilisheva, who lives and works here, she plays for us fragments of the Kubayir Alpmusha that she had heard from her parents. I heard the Kubir Alpmusha from my grandmother, who was from the village of Tuimbetova in the Kugarichinsky district. She was born in 1908. There were 5 of us, 5 children, and we were always pleased to hear this Kubayir. The hero of this Kubayir is born into a family of elderly parents and grows at an astonishing rate. In a matter of days, he becomes a giant. Alpmusha then marries the beauty Barsim Khilu after defeating her in a wrestling match. They were betrothed to each other in infancy. Afterwards, he starts to battle countless enemy armies for many days and nights. Having defeated them, he falls asleep for a week. Using this opportunity, the enemies come back, enchain the sleeping Alpamusha, and take him to a remote place. There they throw him into a pit. Wild geese bring news of him to his family. Soon after, he is released, and Alpamusha and Barsinghulu live happily ever after.
Qanatına xat yadayım deyip. Qırğadlar осы qırda әйләнеп, осқаннарда көріп қойғандар білді Алпамышаны шатып ерлағандар дей. Алпамыша, бұл хин мәне, Хинең былай ятыр гөнең, бардыр мәне. Qırda bulhaq, qırda qırdың, Hıvda bulhaq, hıvda qırdың. Қадір шулай ята берің. Дегенлерде ұсып кеткенлерді, тұттап тұрмағанлар енді.
Please tell us about the epic Alpamusha, its plot and its theme.
Эпос Алпамыша имеет в башкирском эпическом репертуаре около 40, свыше 30, по крайней мере.
In the Bashkir epic repertoire, the epic Alpamusha has at least 30 versions. This epic is a common Turkic epic. The main ancient line in this epic is the motive of the heroic maiden. The beauty Barsinghulu chooses a groom, after which there is a contest of force. This is the most important ancient motif that is reflected in the epic. The bride chooses the groom herself. The motif of the contest reflects the period in the community when there was a change from matriarchy to patriarchy. That was said by our major Bashkir researcher, Anaf Nureyevich Kiriev. Alpamusha is caught and imprisoned in the dungeon, but when he is freed, he gets to marry Barsinghulu. This motif is specific to the epics of many different peoples, and especially to Homer's epics. The most interesting is the fact that when Alpamusha returns from the dungeon, he defeats all of his enemies and becomes a hero who is fighting not only for himself, but also for the people and their rights. He declares peace and justice. This is a very significant idea of the epic Alpamusha and Barsinghulu. We are traveling across the southern part of Bashkortostan, Ural, the region of Abzilovs, the village of Askarova. Marcel Mirkhaidarov lives here. He is the son of the famous Sesin Mugalyam Mirkhaidarov, who performed the kubayir Kunir Buga. He will try to perform this kubayir, which he heard many times from his father.
Atayım Mugalyam Mirkhaidarov big kupyatna turgayны. Tadra.
My father was a writer who collected folk art. The Kubayir Kunir Buga is one of these epic poems. When I was a child, I heard him read this Kubayir to his friends and guests many times.
Мына Kunir Buga episen ядгандала, ядны бултырга, кайберде ярдап та ибара тургайны. Күрше тиреләр ревет килһә.
Это история о том, как девушка...
This story is about a young girl from the southern Bashkir lands who married a horseman from the northern lands. She returned to her native land by following traces of her missing herd of cattle. Kunir Buga, a herd leader, translated from Bashkir means brown bull, led the cattle to her parents' house. The Kunir Buga Kubayir poetically describes the adventures of the epic heroine in Ural Mountains as she looks for her cattle. During her journey, the heroine sings songs about the majestic nature of the Urals and the deeds of the brave Bashkir men. From time to time, her song is interrupted by clarions addressed to the Kunir Buga. The clarions are similar to spells with which people addressed mythical cattle protectors in ancient times. The Bashkirs associate the name Kunir Buga with the road of the same name, which stretches from the north to the south through the Ural Mountains. It is believed that in ancient times the road Kunir Buga was used for the movement of troops in case of an enemy invasion.
Özümey qarahamda qayda kitdi bular artılıp Qo'ng'ir bo'g'am hav 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 qashkayim hav 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 Уқрандым урынһыҙға, яш түктем юлығыҙға. Ағынып һыҡтап һораным, әллә ниҙәр уйланым. Айыу һуҡты, урланды, тип тә томал уйланым. Ҡуңыр буғам, һәу-һәу-һәу, һәүкәшкәйҙәр, һәу-һәу-һәу, безәүкәйҙәр, зәп-зәп-зәү, зәп-зәп-зәп-зәп, зәп-зәп-зәү. Таңдыса мине йоҡтыра.
Учелинский район. Село Комсомольск.
Uchali region. Spartak Ilyasov, a folk singer, lives here. He sings part of the Kubayir. Spartak Ilyasov sings the Kubayir, Kuzi Kurpas and Mayan Khelu. This story is based on the love story between Kuzai Kirpas and Mayan Khelu that ends with their tragic deaths. In order to strengthen the friendship between their tribes through blood relations, the fathers of the main characters decide to marry their newborns in the future. After the death of his friend, Mayan Khilu's father moves to another camp and does not want his daughter to marry the orphaned Kuzi Kirpayas. After several years, the hero learns about his bride-elect and sets out in search of her. Kuzi Kirpayas finds his mistress but is killed by some insidious people. After that, Mayan Khilu commits suicide by stabbing herself.
Уны нисек итәрһең, балам? Икһеҙ сикһеҙ урман сығар, уны нисек үтерһең, балам?
Эпос Кузи Курпяс и Маян Хилу — эпос романический.
Kuzi Kurpyas and Mayan Khilu is a romantic epos. This is such a beautiful romantic epos that it is present in the works of other nations. First and foremost, it can be found among the Kazakhs and the Altaians. This epos is remarkable for being romantic, as it has a common traits that characterize this genre. We have just listened to a song by Spartak Ilyasov. It has a very interesting theme: how a mother confronts her son before departure. It is a very contradictory but complicated theme which is not common in folklore. Such a theme is present in this epos, and it is also present in Zaya Tulyak and Hukhelu, in which a mother confronts her son traveling to another world. A transition to another world is actually when a son or daughter travels somewhere. These ancient themes in the romantic epos exist in later epic stories. Researchers interpret the theme as a remnant of ancient times, a time of matriarchy. The mother does not want to let her son go, and she already knows and feels the tragedy or misfortune will befall him. The folk singer Mukhamedyan Kazakbayev lives in the village of Sakmar Nazargulova in the Khaybulinsk region. He will sing another version of the Kubayir Alpamusha. My mother knew the Kubayir Alpamusha and many other languages, as my grandfather was a respected expert on ancestry. I was brought up on the traditions my mother taught me from ages 1 to 16.
Alpamusana ule, teyler ule tugul tere, teyler yatkan yeri zindan, teyler aşağına kumer, teyler kara gazım kil, gazım kanatın ahat, yazayım varsın hılga tapşır gazım, varsın hılga tapşır gazım tip, na köylep, nise köy bilen primürmüne.
In the archives of Bashkir television, we found the chronicle of Kazakbayev's record for 1992. He is one of the few people who can perform kubayirs in the same way that he heard them from his ancestors. Conclusion. Many singers do not reproduce the whole kubayir, but only a fragment of it. What we have found testifies to the fact that modern Russian science knows very little about how these kubayirs sounded. Nowadays, part of the Bashkir middle class is trying to creatively revive the performance of kubayirs. The main role in this revival is played by folklore scientists, artists, and amateur performers. Ruzalia Sultangarieva is a Bashkir folklore specialist. She works at the Institute of History, Language and Literature and is a doctor of philology. She is the author of more than 300 scientific works devoted to issues of ritual, performance, choreographic, magic, and shamanism folklore. She helps revive narrative art, being the author of 2 Kubayir collections. She studies Bashkir rituals and ritual folklore. She performs a fragment of Zayatulak and Khukhelu.
Тұрқылдатып тұрын алған, мойыны ұзын хын алған, сүрегай құш шуын алған, ақшын қардың мінен шуын алған, ауды қанлы бұр алған, ниндей күслі айы ұл, хис хілкітмей шуын алған, дірхілдетмей шуын алған, аяғы қолтық түлк алған, шуныла ула ул алған, Заятулак ер улы, хинің мінен булайым, меңе керекмей булегің, зифа бойың тілегім, деп әйткенді. Вот напевая вот эти песни, речитации.
Singing these songs, grandmothers rocked children to sleep. These songs protected against any troubles, bad events, or bad news. They were passed on by people and were kept in the form of text. Asma Usmanova, a famous narrator and past employee of the local cultural center, lives in the village of Akyar in the Khaybulinsk region. Rosalia told us that Asma sings her own variant of the Kubayir Ural Batir. Asma Usmanova performs the epos Ural Batir.
Қаны болмаған батырларды ырғытып, мен хайлаған батырдың бірін хайлап алманың, өзің хайлап батырың, меңе бірін бермәнің. Бұна келді батырдар, хені күтіп ятырдар, батырлығын хайлапмы, матурлығын хайлапмы, бірін хайлап алырың, меңе өзіңе юлда хаш қылырың. Хеңе иптәші ер болар, меңе хейгән ер болар, деп кенә әйтті дей. Шунан хәзер Ақбудат тілге келді дей. Мин сапқанда ел қыбыр, ташта ятып түзе алмас, хау қайнашыр қайнаш, тұлқыныр, унда балық yüз алмас. Қафтауына типтіні һәм ұнталқандай ауалыр. Тирә-яқтағы тіреклік бірі қалмай қиралыр, 70 батман ауыр ташты, көтеріп көкке сүймәгән, үс бармағы ұсында, түшірмейсе тұтмаған, кіші батыр боламас. Мені алам тиген ер, қожа болам тиген ер, кісін хынап қарахын, шунда мені мінірге, базнат етіп қарахын, деп Ақбудат махайыпта Регина ғрур басып тұрады.
Davlekanov region, Lake Aslikul. Enthusiasts of the narrative art revival organized a camp session in which they invited Kubayir singers. Marcel Mirkhaydarov sang for children the Kubayir Kunir Buga, which he heard from his father. Here is Mukhmet Tulebayev, famous Korai player, who told the Kubayir Akakh Kola. He prepared this Kubayir especially for this master class. Spartak Ilyasov read the Kubayir Bugay Hakim, and Rif Suleimanov played the Kubayir Ural Batir on the Dombra. Rosalia Sultangarieva led the classes with children.
Almalası var dünen yok, munda beyek kugat yok. Almalası var dünen yok, ayyalı yetmez Allah'a atı yok, koyuşkanı yetmez kara atı yok. Ayyalı yetmez Allah'a atı yok.
Aknaf Kireyev believes that Akhakola, presented as an image endowed with human qualities, corresponding to the national idea under new historic conditions. Through the image of Achak Kola, people want to express their hard lot during the epoch of feudal relations and their desire for freedom. Generally speaking, Achak Kola is an image of a most tortured nation. The social meaning of this image is presented in quite an original and hidden way, like in a cryptogram. Names of heroes do not have social color. Bayuli, son of Bai, a rich person. Karagul, a companion of Bayuli who set out in search of a herd of horses, literally means a black slave. Suleimanov Rif Safinovich, Doctor of Fine Arts, Institute of the History of Language and Literature, Ufa Scientific Center of the Russian Academy of Sciences, and author of works on Bashkir folk music.
Мы видим, что башкирское творчество...
We see that the artistic Bashkir middle class is searching for ways to share the traditions of Kubayir performance with the youth. Some representatives of the middle class were previously familiar with Kubayirs of the series Ural Batir, which were recorded or performed by professional artists. Only a small part of them accepted the Kubayirs directly from older generations. However, now Kubayirs are becoming popular and they are performed in a variety of genres. Young musicians promote ancient melodies, and this concept is very popular in Bashkir culture. Performance of a Kubayir by the band Argamak. The name of the Kubayir is "A Thief Will Never Become Rich."
Кетеу китмәс мал булһа, уны сайда бүре алыр. Ил ташлаган ир булһа, көне йетмәй гүр алыр. Көне йетмәй гүр алыр. Көне йетмәй гүр алыр. Атаһу кәне аш юйыр, әссәһу кәне яш ҡойор, дау сығарғаны ҡан ҡойор. Яман кеше ил буяр, ау яман кеше ил буяр. Яман ирдән ил туяр.
Still, we see that these enthusiastic amateurs are nowhere near the level of educated storytellers that devoted their lives to this art. Scientists hint that in the Children's Activity Center in the Bashkir city of Sibay, there is a club for children and youth called School of Sesens. Asiya Gaynulina, a famous narrator, conducts classes in this club. Our film crew goes to visit the school together with Rosalia Sultangarieva.
Minne yoldaş bullaraday, yavda qaradaş bullaraday, bullat bir cip horayım, ol bullagın ney bulur, aytsa belip kitayım hay.
We can also see the results of her teaching activities. For example, Bayezid Gaynulin, an actor of the Sibay Bashkir Drama Theater, performs a fragment from the Kubayir Kara Yorga, accompanied by a musical instrument. He learned it from his mother, Asiya Gaynulina, a famous narrator. Kara Yorga is a story based on traditional themes associated with the cult of the horse. The theme of epic hero marriage is present here as well. The strangeness of the horse and the feeling of a special attitude towards him are underlined by the information about full birth, the future horse hidden in the sacred area, and the habitat, according to the variant published here, the marine world of the Shulgan Lake. It is unlikely that the Sasens made the black horse Kara Yorga the main character of this story by coincidence. A key theme of this work is the theme of the horse stealing a bride for its owner. According to one point of view, the origin of this theme in folklore is explained by real phenomena, meaning that a type of wedding with the bride stealing stipulated by the issue of social inequality really happened in the past.
Kıvık mu yanında irkelermin yorgam, tılbır toyağındı dağalarmin yorgam, atayındın yaylavını alıp kaçsa yorgam, atayındın yaylavını alıp kaçsa yorgam, hayt kara yorgam, tayt kara yorgam, atayındın yaylavını alıp kaçsa yorgam. Kara yorga kızga etkeni. Tılbır toyağındı dağalama hılı, tılbır toyağındı dağalama hılı, atayındın yaylavını alı barmam hılı, bayulunun yaylavını alı baram hılı.
The next day, Asya Gainulina shows us her ability to perform the whole kubayir Akha Kola, which is an important part of Bashkir kubayirs from the Ural Batir series. In the interview with her, we learn which other kubayirs she has mastered from this series and where. Akha Kola, translated from Bashkir as lame light brown horse, is an offspring of noble horses born at the bottom of Lake Shulgan. After being offended and mistreated by a cruel master, he leads away the herd of horses. The master catches up with them, promises to take good care of them, and asks them to come back. Akha Kola believes him and obeys. However, the vindictive rich master breaks his promise and shoots him with an arrow. In turn, the wounded horse kills his master with his hoof. This fragment is about how the master got the bad news that the lame light brown horse stole his horses. Firdaus Hisamedinova, doctor of philology and professor, Bashkir linguist and an expert in linguistics and mythology, author of more than 200 scientific works, director of the Institute of History, Languages and Literature, the Ufa Scientific Center, Russian Academy of Sciences, author of Bashkir mythology dictionaries. Despite everything, we should continue collecting the remaining people's spiritual treasures. And what we collect, we should maintain in new technological forms, such as online versions. And then we should continue studying these materials, for example, from the point of mythology, poetry, and education. Also, we should present heroic epos such as Ural Batir and Akbuzat to UNESCO and on other international platforms. It is worth mentioning the event Great Ural, which is organized by UNESCO and which did not have a single discipline format, but included mixed disciplines. Such an approach will study Shulgantash, language peculiarities, folk art, and mentality. And if we are able to adequately present our works, for example, works which combine pictures of the Shulgantash cave with the plots of the epos Ural Batir and Akbuzat to UNESCO, and if possible make our own kubayirs a separate category, it will be easier for us to ensure the full spiritual future development of our people. Revival of narrative art is associated not only with the maintenance of language and the ability to think, but also with the preservation of the nation as it is. In Bashkortostan, the culture of kubayir performers is maintained by individuals like Asya Gainulina and Rosalia Sultangareva, who try to share their knowledge. Nowadays, we all have opportunities and governmental support to start the revival of schools for kubayir performance, which had almost completely disappeared. Revival of traditions will give a huge boost to spiritual asceticism and strengthen the status of the state language, and will build understanding between nations. The value and necessity of this revival do not need to be discussed, but should be already known and held on to the same way our ancestors did.